Hey, year one, day 23. So I banged out a good chunk of the subfloor, but I did make a bunch of boo-boos, which I'm kind of annoyed about, and I'll show you. But they're not the end of the world, so it's okay. So it is perfectly square, and the sides are the perfect length, so that's good. One of the errors I made was when I started building it, I didn't lock the corner into the posts, or I didn't lock any of the basically the long pieces. So that side, the middle, or this side right here that goes all the way down, the 20 footers. I didn't lock any of those in the posts. I was thinking, oh, I'll just kind of build, and then when I'm done putting all the joists, and then I'll lock them down. Well, after I put in, I don't know, probably like 6 or 7 joists, I noticed that where the long pieces were, even with the corners, they slipped, either that way or that way when I was building. So the wood wasn't lined up on the mount where it was supposed to be. And that was especially true of the middle right here. So this middle piece was actually this way more, so it was sticking out, which means on the other end, because I cut it exactly to length, it was too short. So I wasn't able to get it all the way pushed back. I was smashing it with a hammer for a good 20 minutes, and I got it to push most of the way, but there's about 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch on the other side where it's not as long as it should be. So that's slightly frustrating, but the good news is this is the heavy side that's going to have the wall supporting it. So it's better that this side's longer than the other side. The other side's just going to be like a patio with no wall, no heavy load over there. So I think it's okay. But I did get all the corners fixed. So basically these pieces had slipped so that they came towards you more. And then that means that this end piece wasn't resting on the base like it was supposed to, which is a big boo-boo. But now they're fixed, so it is resting on the bracket right here. So there's a direct load transfer down. So yeah, I mean, it's been going okay. I only smashed my finger once, so that's good. It doesn't look too messed up, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 joists in, so the 2 ends plus 7 in the middle. And originally I was just going to start here and work my way down, and then I noticed that's when stuff started slipping, so I was like, oh no, I need to lock in my ends. And then I went ahead and locked all the sides into the brackets as well as the brackets in the middle by the posts, so that hopefully there won't be any more slippage. But you can see on this end where it fell short. So this is the patio side, and you can see, this wood doesn't quite make it to the end of this bracket like it should. And then the wood above, because of that, it's not completely resting on this like it should. And I try to push it and wiggle it the best I can, but I'm but one human. And I can't get this to come this way anymore, because on the other side I was smashing it with a hammer. Maybe if I had like a sledgehammer or something, but it's not the end of the world. As you can see, a good chunk of it, probably about half of it at least, is resting on this, and there is a bracket trying to keep it there as best I can, but we'll see. The only other kind of funny thing, I notice all the hardware I have, it's actually 3.5 inches wide, because it's meant for like 4x4s or 6x4s. And since I combined 2-inch wood, which is actually 1.5 inches, it's 3 inches instead of 3.5 inches. So everything in every bracket the bracket has an extra 1/2 inch of wiggle room. So I was thinking about going and shimming everything, but then who knows how long shims are gonna last. So I just kind of been smashing the brackets a little bit smaller to hopefully hold them in, but it's not ideal. And you know, that's even true of these middle pieces. So these aren't really meant to carry a lot of load, but you can see that they are, there's a little bit of an excess on either one side or both sides for each of these, and I had to kind of push in. That's the extra, the extra ½ inch that you would get with a 4x4 instead of two, you know, 2 inch, air quote 2 inch wide, which is actually 1.5 inches each, which adds up to 3 instead of 3.5. So one good thing though, I'm really proud of myself that I did do is I went and I marked everything ahead of time where the joist should be falling, even in the middle. So even though I did kind of mess up lining up the bottom piece, I was kind of able to put them in the right, like I had to push a lot of them to get them to the right spot. So I think that's what gave me a little bit of slack to be able to push the center beam the way it was supposed to go, because I was able to get like a good ½ inch probably of it pushed. But I am short some wood. I didn't order enough because apparently I'm not good at math. But I'm happy with today's progress. I'm feeling good about it. There are mistakes, but I don't think any of the mistakes are big enough that it's going to be a problem in any way. So yeah, that's it. Day 23. Ciao.